So if you guys are ready, regular energy, chaotic energy.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Amber Heard, less than 10 minutes of Aquaman 2 screen time. That would be poetic justice.
How the tables have turned.
Well, how the
turntables have turned.
I don't think you can do a pop culture podcast and not make that reference. It would be considered sacrilege.
I've known people who think that is the way it's supposed to be said.
The
turntables. We just adopted a Michael Scott reference.
All right.
So it says, it's again claimed that Amber Heard's role in Aquaman 2 has been drastically reduced, as it is said that the actress only appears as Mira for less than 10 minutes in the film. She doesn't even have that. I don't know if either of you have seen the actual movie Aquaman, but she doesn't really have that great a chemistry with Jason Momoa, which seems almost impossible because she's like the most charismatic dude ever.
That's the thing. Maybe that's a red flag for all of us on Amber Heard.
You can't have if a genuinely nice with guy, Jason Momoa. You are the problem.
Yeah,
if Jason Momoa is shirtless around you for 90% of the movie and you don't do well, that's on you, dude. That is not on him.
Well, and he's not known to be a difficult person to work with, unlike some people.
Have you ever seen that photo of him with Peter Dinklage and Mel Gibson? And it says Jason Momoa, Mel Gibson, and their son, and it's Peter Dinklage is right there with them because Peter Dinklage is very small.
Oh, really?
It was a very popular meme. But I just love the idea that Jason Momoa is literally if you can't work with him when he doesn't have a shirt on, you're probably just a bad person.
Specifically when he doesn't have a shirt on.
If he's
he
fully
has a shirt on, Brett doesn't care.
If he's fully clothed, maybe you work well with him, maybe you don't. But if he's shirtless and you can't even do it, you're probably just bad at your job.
Maybe she's just too distracted when he's not wearing a
No,
shirt.
what I think is maybe he can see right through her. He gets bad vibes from her, and that's why they have no chemistry because he's.
I would love to know what he has to say about
he doesn't
her.
have to
Jason Momoa, give us a tell-all on Amber Heard.
Yeah.
It's not gossip; it's for public safety.
He says cool stuff all right. It's that's how he talks. He's
What a conversation with him and Matthew McConaughey.
All right. I hear Amber Heard has less than 10 minutes of screen time in Aquaman 2, tweeted Grace Randolph. She's got a fairly good track record, whether you like her or not. I love her voice. She has a very funny, fun, unique voice. I'm not a huge fan of her politics or anything like that, but as far as Grace Randolph, she's a YouTuber. Whatever that may be, but it says Amber Heard was a star of the first Aquaman film, so obviously her troubles with Johnny Depp are the reason for Mira appearing in less than 10 minutes of the movie. Randolph also previously said that instead of Amber Heard as Mira, another female actress and character is going to be used in the sequel, with some fans thinking Dolphin, who is in the comics, has been a lover of Aquaman, but I don't think that's the way they're going with this. We'll see where this goes, but it probably does have to do, if this is true,
it doesn't make sense. The duration of the time she's in the movie doesn't mean she gets less attention for being in it.
Yes. No, it doesn't.
They have just the same amount of scandal whether she shows up in 30 minutes or 10.
Right, but they can't go back and delete her completely.
It's very...
They were talking about it. They were talking about cutting her out entirely.
It's similar to when Death on the Nile came out. When the original ad push, because Death on the Nile got pushed back because of COVID, it was Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, all this stuff. Then all the stuff came out about Armie Hammer being weirdly like a cannibal and really creepy. Now it's Gal Gadot, and it was literally every other actor in the movie. It's just, and at the very end they squeeze in Armie Hammer's name, and they took him out of almost.
Please don't notice him.
Yeah, they took him out of almost all the trailers, even though he's literally integral to the very conclusion of the movie.
Which is crazy because his scandal was so a scion. That was so weird.
It's I was reading that. I was this is exactly what I think of here. It's him with his weird text messages that come out.
It was Tiger King and then Armie Hammer, and I was just overloaded with the insanity of it all.
It was a chaotic time.
Very early COVID. Everybody remembers. I just remember myself because I didn't get off work. I still had to. I was running
your regular job.
I worked a regular job, so I was coming home from work to just see what kind of insanity was going on the internet.
Oh my God.
And it's just people talking about Tiger King and Army Hammer.
This is what happens when we all spend all of our time on the internet.
Yep.
Like, it's dangerous for just a few, but it's
cannibalize
crazy.
each other. Ha ha ha.
That was good.
So Grace Randolph heard this from who? And did the studio
She's a
corroborate?
YouTuber. She has connections.
She's got insiders. She has been right before, so that's not
Right about what?
Stuff regarding cast changes and stuff being cut out of previous stuff for the Zack Snyder films. But
Did the studio
maybe
comment?
she just like pulled this out of nowhere and
Maybe she wants
she's
less
trying to
Amber Heard.
manifest it.
so
I respect that even more.
here is the multiple, like, this is what's really funny. I found like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 more things that make Amber Heard kind of awful, and it's like
Just 5?
just but
There
they're
are
like
just 5, says Brett.
5 full articles. Okay, that's not true. They're not all about making her awful, but it's just the bad press just
it just keeps piling on. And
like
on.
if I was, she's going to have very strong shoulders from carrying the weight of all this when this is done. It says Amber Heard sought plush payoff from Johnny Depp in exchange for silence. I was looking up.
I sent this to you.
I was looking up the difference between extortion and blackmail. And this falls
That's
firmly,
where this is going.
This falls firmly into blackmail.
Yeah.
I was like making the thumbnail today. I'm like, what's going to be the pink word? I was like, extortion, blackmails. Yeah, it's firmly in there with blackmail. So it says, actress Amber Heard sought a plush payoff from estranged ex Johnny Depp in exchange for holding off on going public with their troubled life together. A new court filing shows. So she's like, sure, it would be a shame if I was to tell everyone about our relationship being bad. Maybe you should give me the penthouses in New York City and the Range Rover.
This wench's audacity is on another level. I don't know that we'll ever, bad. She's bad, in my opinion. I have been following this trial. That being said, where do we go from here?
Do you think she
if we take out our
doesn't
lead,
have a conscience at all?
yeah, I think she's slightly sociopathic.
Very much a sociopath.
Also, if we take out our lead pop culture villain, what are we gonna do? Who's gonna fill this vacuum? I am nervous.
Amber,
There's always someone else.
we don't want you to go anywhere.
I don't want you to continue to torture Johnny Depp, and I want him to have restitution. But if this is peak insanity right now, if we take her out, where does it go?
Where do we go from here?
Ezra Miller.
No. That's even. I don't know what's worse than what is it? Is
He's
it the
more of a tragic figure than a villain.
Yeah, this is psychological torture. He's more like psychologically torturing himself than physically torturing other people,
Yeah.
which is somehow less funny to joke about, even though they're both not funny. But it's like, in my attempt to not feel ghoulish while talking about this stuff, I have to find the humor in some aspects of it. So it says, she said she wouldn't immediately file an order of protection if Depp gave her access to his SUV in the 3 downtown Los Angeles penthouses, all at his expense. So it proves that the order of protection was bull anyways.
Yeah,
you don't
really care about it.
You don't leverage a protection order if it actually matters. You just don't do
Blackmail illegal?
Yes.
Am I
Yes.
making that up?
It is in fact
it.
illegal.
It is in fact a crime to blackmail another person.
So we'll see how that one goes.
The May 24th, 2016 letter from Heard's attorney, Samantha Spector, that's, whenever she's related to Harvey Spector. I don't know if there's any fans of the show Suits in here. No, I'm just gonna scoot scooting right past that one. Sought a lucrative arrangement to do everything possible to keep the personal matter out of the media and spotlight. So she's using his fame and need for a good public image against him, because she's evil. In my opinion. Spector said the actress demanded exclusive use and possession of the black Range Rover. She's like, how does she
not the white one? She wants the black one.
She can't afford her own Range Rover. She's a millionaire.
This is the thing. Is this just someone who is a queen of the ask? She could get her own, but it's more fun to have Elon Musk fund your charitable donation and for your ex-husband who you're sort of torturing.
Yeah, it's more fun to have the leverage over other people.
Which
is she
Test
just trying
the
to
limits of your power?
Right?
all
Is she
the
just
time?
trying to see what she can get?
Yeah, I think that is the case.
And I want all 3 of the penthouses in Los Angeles, not just 1 or 2. I want them all. I want all 3 of them. Heard also requested exclusive use and possession of 849 South Broadway, penthouse numbers 1, 3, and 5, with Johnny continuing to pay the mortgage and utilities. It'd be funny if she's like, and I'll pay the utilities, but you have to pay for everything else. And sought...
She'd be like, Elon, could you pay for these utilities?
Yeah, that's what she would end up doing. And sought $100,000 in legal fees and $25,000 in... for forensic account costs. She's evil, ladies and gentlemen. She's evil. The letter was presented as an exhibit on Wednesday in Depp's defamation trial against the 36-year-old Heard in Fairfax, Virginia. In the testimony Thursday, ACLU General Counsel Terrence Doherty, because normally that's with an O, said Heard never made good on her $3.5 million pledge to pay to the organization, paying only $350,000. Maybe she just didn't know the difference between $350,000 and $3.5 million. I mean,
She's like, it's an accident. I meant to put an extra zero, but I didn't.
I forgot. She forgot. So is this the worst thing out of all the stuff that you've seen about them? Is this maybe the cap on it? Is this like as bad as it gets? Not only did she...
I think carrying around the concealer, or like presenting this like concealer color correcting kit and being like, I was so physically abused and had to carry this around and like trying to play that off. Personally, I think that one is like horrible because of its implications for like people who actually do suffer domestic violence. Like, this is insane and cold and calculated, but it's... Maybe that's what we should do one day. Just rank all of the
top 10 moments when Amber Heard was
Watch
a sociopath.
Watch Mojo should do that. Like top 10 worst
Watch
Amber
Mojo, if
Heard.
you rip me off and don't give me a role on that video, I'll be mad.
Okay, so there's people are using this to their advantage, though, not just Amber Heard, and that's coffee shop workers pitted Amber Heard and Johnny Depp against each other with tip jar for viral TikTok. So, the capitalism in everybody, it doesn't...
Which one won?
That's all the money that I saw in the photos were all in the Johnny Depp one. So do with that what you will.
Do you think people will riot if he does not win the defamation suit?
He's gonna win.
I don't know.
Is it possible that no one wins in this situation?
Maybe.
Like one person is suing for $50 million, the other is suing for $100 million.
Maybe they just make her
What
pay
if
his
they
lawyer
just
fees
make
or
a
something.
deal?
Yeah, they might settle in some way.
She's
She doesn't
wealthy.
even have
I don't think
$50 million.
I don't think she can afford $50 million.
She can't.
Not to mention...
That's why I stand by this theory that her child was fathered by Elon Musk, who was funding her lifestyle.
Yep.
But
Still to this day?
That's hearsay. Why?
It would be really
for
funny.
his offspring.
Johnny Depp wins, and then Elon hands him a check in her name.
Elon Musk, if you are in a relationship with Amber Heard, please get out now.
Yeah, like before she takes down Tesla,
Wasn't
SpaceX.
Elon with some other woman right now?
He and Grimes have broken up.
But since his breakup with Grimes, wasn't he with somebody?
Elon Musk, if you could come on and give us an update on your relationship,
I would appreciate
It's
it.
important.
His
stat.
Did you see his tweet to AOC?
Yes.
Yes.
He does not have time to date right now.
My-
He's just like manufacturing American culture.
My instinct is to not trust anyone like who pulls it off, who pulls something off as well as he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got some skeletons, and I think instead of skeletons, it's just an actual baby with Amber Heard.
My instinct is still like he. This could all be an act. He is the I'm not like most girls of billionaires.
Yes,
but I don't.
not like other billionaires.
Yes, r/not like other billionaires. That's who he is, and I love it. I don't even care until he does end up, turning us all into like, slaves via Neuralink. Until then, we're good.
None for me, Elon.
None. We'll pass.
I don't know, to answer your question, to circle way back. I think that you can win a defamation suit and be awarded like $1, right? Like there usually does have to be some kind of financial component as like a settlement.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I think that in my opinion, hers would get thrown out. Hers would get dismissed as like, or like
her countersuit.
Her countersuit would get wouldn't win. She wouldn't get awarded anything, and his suit might win more based on the fact that she countersued him for $100 million. From what I understand, it's always actually based on a calculation, because if if Brett defames me and I go to a judge and I was like, I need $2 billion. Number one,
Brett does not have $2 billion.
$2 billion, and also I have to prove that what he said made it so that I could not earn my $2 billion.
Yes.
So I feel like she picked $100 million just to be arbitrary to Johnny Depp,
Right.
just to be like, I'm
Sounds
more
like
mad.
I double it.
Yeah, like I think that she would also have to prove that he made her lose $100 million.
Yeah, whereas his star power is like way bigger than
And
hers.
like he was like, this is the movie, and then this other movie, and then this other brand dropped me. And
Yeah.
this other
What if
thing,
he settles and he's just like, I want to play Mira in Aquaman 2, and I'll settle out of court. and they let him play. They let
To
him,
me, that's the only thing that could make me go watch
Let's
Aquaman
talk in
2.
his voice.
It would be. I'm here for it. If he's like, I want to play.
He's like,
Mira and
I want to
Aquaman
enter
2.
this weird universe.
Yeah, that
No,
would be the
I
greatest
object.
thing. So okay, it's further evidence of her being really, really bad for anyone in your possessions. Johnny Depp's Bodyguard shares story about bribing a homeless person to get the actor's phone back after Amber Heard allegedly threw it. And I love how it happens on a holiday too. This is exactly how I imagine all turbulent relationships going, where it's like you're celebrating something. And if you've ever celebrated something with a couple that is very bad for one another, you know that the afterwards is going to be awful.
But I think it's like because they're not working or like you're not off doing whatever, like it's time to be with your loved ones and family. And it turns out that they're horrible together. And so when they're together, bad things happen. Like holiday weekends, long weekends. Like I bet that is a pattern in unhealthy relationships.
Yes. So it says they just talk about the coffee shop workers weighed in. And then it says most recently, Depp's Bodyguard shared a story about bribing a homeless person to get the actor's phone back after Heard allegedly threw it. After Johnny Depp personally took the stand in the defamation case, against Amber Heard, more witnesses have followed suit. This includes the Pirates of the Caribbean actor's bodyguard, Starling Jenkins,
That
which
is
is
a
like
cool
the coolest name I've ever heard. I'm here for it. Who recounted the time Amber Heard allegedly threw Johnny Depp's phone out the window on her birthday because it's her birthday and she will throw your phone if she wants to.
I would love to hear her Bridezilla story.
Oh yeah.
Because I know there
The
is
NDA's issued for that, just for that reason.
And I'm
cannot
sure
imagine.
she's one of those vapid people who has the temerity to not just celebrate a birthday or a birthday week. She probably does birthday month, which is to me the height
and
of
half birthday party.
oh, like anybody who celebrates birthday month can kick rocks. That's the height of narcissism. You just
Here
gave
to
me a
announce
look
that I'll be commencing my birthday year.
it's my birthday year.
I kind of did that for my 21st though.
Oh, man.
Oops.
Man. Ugh.
Good.
Oh.
I love when you guys fight. This is so exciting.
Man. I don't even
Okay,
know where to go
so
from here.
he had to
Luckily,
feed this
At
guy
least I was
tacos.
nice about it.
yes. Luckily, some light bribery was enough to convince the person to hand Johnny Depp's phone back. If the guy knew what he had, he probably could have asked for way more. Could have just brought it to TMZ.
Well, it's like theft at a certain point, right?
Well,
Not
no, 'cause
really.
he picked it
It's-
up off the ground.
Yeah, it's just lost property. It would be so cool to have his phone. Was it? If it was still on,
It was
I would
lo-
just like keep looking at his text messages.
Well, it was probably locked. I mean,
yeah, but you
I
can notice.
hope Johnny Depp does not lock his
I like, that Johnny Depp doesn't have like a lock screen
If
on
you
his
get the
phone.
notification while on your lock screen, you can see like all of the texts that he's getting.
That's yeah. So like, well, some people lock that where they have.
It's just
like,
Amber Heard being like, "You're the worst."
I hate your phone. I hate your phone. I'm glad
in
it's in
case
the
you
street.
find this, I don't like you.
So he says he gave him a reward for the phone, $420, chicken tacos, chips, apples, and Fiji water. At least it wasn't Dasani. That would have been way worse. So
Where
that's-
is he now?
where is this?
I hope he's doing okay.
I'm sure he is. And just like that, Johnny Depp was able to get his phone back. I mean, and the homeless person was found, got some much needed supplies. Luckily, the actor had the Find My Phone app. It's like the Amber Heard app on his phone. Just tells her where she is so he can go somewhere else. And like has Find My Phone built into it.
It's
I
like
know she had GPS tracking on his phone.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah. She was definitely. She probably had
on
listening
his
devices.
car. That's why she doesn't want him to have whichever Range Rover. She's like, I have to take some stuff out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then, of course, there's this last one that you sent me, which is just glorious, which is that Amber Heard claims that putting poop in Johnny Depp's bed was a horrible practical joke. I was just kidding. It was a
Did we get
What a
confirmation that it
psychotic
was
way
her?
to defend-
It was a joke.
Such a psychotic defense.
It's kind of like when the person says, quit hitting yourself. Quit it when they take your hand and they hit you with it and they say,
Also,
quit hitting
like,
yourself.
I need everyone listening to understand, like, if you do something and get caught and you're like, but it was a joke, like, no, it wasn't. And we can all see through
Well, even
it.
if it was a joke,
I
who
don't think it
cares?
was.
It was a bad joke.
There's a reason they don't hire me for comedy roles,
No, she did it
says.
on purpose, and now she's trying to get out of it. She's like, oh, yes, I can somehow make this work. Like, I'm actually the comedic queen of our relationship, and he is just so serious. I tried to liven him up. Like, no, Amber Heard.
She's like, I like to lighten the mood sometimes.
Disturbing.
Very, very disturbing. So that's a long list of like what will come out tomorrow. She takes the stand.
Chaos
I
reigns.
just
This is
did
insane.
we get confirmation that it was the dog's poop or hers?
It was not the dogs.
Was it her friend's?
It says, Johnny Depp's longtime employee, Starling Jenkins, testified on Thursday amid blah, 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 blah. The executive chauffeur and security guard for the Pirates of the Caribbean star recalled driving her to Coachella in the spring of 2016 and having a chat on the way pertaining to the surprise she left in Johnny Depp's bed.
No.
Yes. It says, Jenkins, who gave his testimony to Virginia via a live video call on Thursday, clarified the surprise was referred to as the defecation. Depp later found on his side of the duo's bed. Depp's employee testified that Heard told him that at the time that it was a horrible practical joke gone wrong. So I don't think she clarifies here, but we know.
Boo, Amber
All
Heard.
right.
Like I said,
Well, that's settled.
Johnny Depp's just lucky to be out of it at this point. So, just whenever you're like in a relationship, maybe you should just like use her as like the a cautionary tale.
If Amber Heard would do it, do not do it.
Yes. Like, we'll just think of it as like, how I'm in a relationship and I'm not that happy. And then you just kind of think, but am I Johnny Depp dating Amber Heard unhappy? And then you go from there.
You count your blessings.
Yeah. And then you just kind of go from there.
What would Amber Heard do? Do the opposite. Don't do it.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.